the Upside Up Podcast. On this episode,
today on the show, we're going to talk about the death of the man.
Andrew is just so cool.
Yeah, he is. He's so
It's all
popular. How long was the trip?
It was
hours?
I think it was 33 hours of driving time.
Oh,
And you said you did this on a weekend? Garrett, do you have any fond memories of just vacationing? I think Disney comes to mind. Okay. Care to elaborate? Are you concerned for the impending doom associated with the robot takeover of 2018?
Beaver.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Caterpillar.
and now, here's your hosts, Jeremy Neas and Garrett Horn.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. We want to extend a hearty welcome to the Upside Up Podcast. We're so thankful that you decided to listen to us today. It surely means a lot to us. My name is Jeremy, and I'm joined by Amber's fiance, Garrett Horn. How you doing, buddy?
I like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
You like how that
Call me
sounds?
off guard. Amber's fiance. Soon to be husband.
That's right. How many
89 days.
89 days.
I believe that's right.
Whew. It's coming up.
Coming up quick.
Well, you ready to get started, buddy?
Let's go.
We got an exciting episode. I'm going to send it over to you, Garrett, with the headlines.
All right, so the first thing is we have the YouTube video published last week. Gotten some good feedback from that, and we'll have some more stuff in the future that's maybe not so scripted because I think we're better when we're not scripted.
I completely agree, yes.
But and also, if you enjoy the show, it really helps us out if you go on iTunes and comment. So if you don't mind doing that, it would be awesome.
You're good
And
headlines, man.
Thanks, man. I should have been a newscaster.
You should have.
So I think you got the last one.
Yeah, well, I was just going to expound upon that scripted material. That is some of the feedback that we've gotten is that the YouTube video we sent out was we look scripted, and like you said, that's not really our strong suit. So the stuff in the future will just kind of be like this podcast where it's off the cuff. We do prepare quite a bit for this podcast, especially this episode in particular, but we will try not to do the scripted material as much because that's just not what I'm good at. Are you good at that, Garrett?
No,
I didn't.
that wasn't scripted.
Okay. No, it wasn't. All right. Well, we wanted to extend a hearty welcome to our very special guest today, Mr. Andrew Bullington. How are you, sir?
Hey guys, thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have you, sir. It surely means a lot to us. Today on the show, we're going to talk about the death of the man, and we'll kind of expound upon what we mean as we get to that segment. We'll have the clash of the wits, and then we're going to talk about some of our experiences with some vacations. I know that, Andrew, you've had maybe an interesting experience this past summer that we'll discuss, and we've gotten a lot of listener questions regarding that, so we're looking forward to that discussion for
We'll
sure.
see how interesting you guys think it is. But
Well,
You went to Idaho, right?
yep.
That
Spoiler alert.
that just
Yeah,
jumps
spoilers.
off the page as interesting.
Yeah.
Idaho.
who goes
I know,
to
right?
Idaho? Do
Yeah.
people live there?
It's such an exciting place.
What if we had a listener
Potatoes,
from Idaho?
lots of potatoes. That's about it.
Is it really? I mean,
No, all the potatoes that I saw there were not from Idaho. They were imported. I was really disappointed.
so really, it's just a desert.
Yeah,
Is there
essentially.
anything of value there?
Not that I saw.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, after the that vacation discussion, we'll answer some of your listener questions. We got quite a few, and that is not because I got better at my job or Garrett got better at his, but it's because of our guest, Andrew Bullington. So we definitely appreciate you doing what you could to bring the questions our way. So
Andrew is just so cool.
yeah, he
yeah.
is. He's so
It's all me.
popular. Yeah,
That's
it is.
right.
And then we're going to have a new segment, and we'll get into that later on, but we're excited about that. So what do you say we get started, fellas?
Let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so the death of the man, what we mean by that is in our society, I think that it's very obvious that the biblical man, the man that we see throughout the Bible, a godly man, a leader, has just really disappeared. We see that a lot of people, there's this feminist movement, which there's a lot of different opinions about that, but the man is being diminished. So I thought that we could spend a little bit of time talking about that, maybe some things to avoid in that, and just kind of get started. First of all, I think women, at least the women that we would want to marry, are looking for those type of men.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's at least value there. If you want to get the right kind of a wife, you need to be the right kind of a man, first of all. What is a man? I guess a man would be someone who leads his household in the things of God, leads himself, first of all. And that was something interesting to me. I was in a Bible class and we were talking about leadership, and the teacher said that even if you never have a family, you have to be a leader in some regard. And that I never put that together. You know,
That's a great point.
Yeah, you gotta lead yourself. That idea of self-control. So, what are y'all's thoughts?
I mean, I agree with everything you just said. Yeah, I'm not really sure all that has gone into bringing the current situation
Right.
to where it is now, but I think a lot of it is just the lack of responsibility at an early age.
Yes.
I read about a couple of years ago, my mom made me read it, called Do Hard Things, but yeah, it talked about the word teenager didn't come around till like the early 1900s, late 1800s. And before that, there was no like middle ground. It was just kind of, you became an adult.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so
Okay.
I think, I don't know, it seems like the time of adulthood is sort of like shifting further and further away.
Right.
And that hasn't done us any favors, I don't think.
I fully agree with that.
I agree with that too. I feel just in my own life, I was like, I turned 18, and everyone still looks at me as a kid. I'm
Yeah,
20 years old. I'm
Yeah.
this month I'm turning 21 years old. And everyone still looks at me as a kid, and that makes me think of myself as a kid. You know,
Yeah.
And, you know, some of that falls on me, some of that society. But I think that, especially at our age, well, Garrett's an old man,
Yeah.
but
Haha.
but we should be more accountable early on. And I think that accountability is really where it's lacking. People are not accountable as children, and as they grow up, they don't think that they should be accountable or responsible.
One of my
So-
coworkers the other day, he's a little older than I am. I think he's like 21 or something, but you know, he's got his own apartment. He's got a full-time job now, you know, and he's working.
Right.
And he said something about what he wants to do when he becomes an adult. And we all kind of laughed about it, you know, like, that's funny. But he just, you know, it was like a Freudian slip. He doesn't think of himself as an adult
Right.
yet.
Right.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I agree. What are your thoughts, Garrett?
Yeah, I just think that we've really seen the breakdown in the man figure. It's really affecting our generation, but it's affecting our generation because previous generations
Right.
didn't take on the proper responsibility as fathers.
Yes.
Any study that you look at, there are study after study after study on crime, on income, on
Right.
anything you make. People who have a good father figure, someone to lead their home, they tend to be more successful.
Right.
And so for our generation, we need to learn from that.
Right.
I think we all had good fathers,
Right.
so we're in a good position. So we need to make sure that we are good fathers to our kids and good household leaders. So
Right.
I just think that's where it all kind of stems from, is the lack of the strong father figure.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think a lot of people say right now that the millennials, people scoff at the millennials. Well, there were parents to those millennials that did not raise them how they ought. Now, not everyone, that doesn't apply to everyone, I should say. There are some people who just completely rebel and act millennial-like.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I definitely think it starts in the home. And I think that's what it really boils down to. If you don't have that father figure, it puts you at a real disadvantage. There's something to be said that God designed the home for a father and a mother. You learn something from both, whether you're a boy or a girl. So,
And I would say another thing is, if you listen to anyone who teaches elementary to high school, kids might not say it, but you can tell that they want a strong figure.
Oh, yeah. I've
And
seen that.
when they're disciplined, they don't like it, but I think they respect you more for it, and it does help them. So anytime someone's lacking that, they're like it for a long time, there's something major missing in their life.
yeah, that makes me think of another point. The biblical man disciplines his children.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not something I really look forward to doing as a parent one day, but I know that it has to be done for them to grow up the way that they ought. So I just think that's an interesting thing to talk about. I know that we could talk about for a long time. Any other thoughts from you, Andrew? You look like you're thinking.
Nah, I was, but I stopped.
Okay. Well, good job.
Yeah.
I'm glad you stopped. No, I'm just kidding. Anything else from you, Garrett?
I'm good.
All right. Well, anyway, like I said, we could go on and on about that, but we do have other things to get to today. But maybe that's a sobering thought for you to think about. The men, make sure that you are studying God's word to be the man that God wants you to be. And then women, look for those types of men. So, Andrew, do you have something?
Yeah, maybe one more thing. I was just thinking it's important to appreciate the great father figures in our lives, even if
yes.
they're not our fathers, you know.
Yes,
because there are
absolutely.
good examples around us that we need to be learning from.
Right, yeah.
No matter what our situation is at home.
I'll tell you what, you can learn from anything,
Oh, yeah.
good or bad, anywhere around you. So just always learn. All right, so it's time for the Clash of the Wits, and Steven is winning 6-4. Justin pulled out the victory last week with his no idea joke. Can you believe that one?
No.
But
That was a bad week.
it was a rough week. But Steven, what do you have?
So one day, there was a motorcycle mechanic working in his shop when up pulled another bike carrying a heart surgeon. The heart surgeon told the mechanic what he needed done, and the mechanic said, "Hey, I got a question for you." He reached over to the bike that he was working on and pulled out part of the motor, and he said, "See, this right here is the heart of this motorcycle. I'm going to replace a few valves on it, tweak a few things, put it back, and this thing's going to run like new. You see, there's really no difference between what you and I do. So why is it that you get paid so much more than I do when really we do the same job?" The heart surgeon smiled, and he leaned over and he said, "Try it while the engine's running."
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I like that. That was a good one, Steven. All right, Justin, what do you got?
I was talking with a friend of mine the other day, and he said that his wife had been hinting about a gift for their upcoming anniversary. He was telling me that she said she wanted something shiny and that went from 0 to 150 in about 3 seconds. He leaned in real close and whispered, "I got her a set of bathroom scales."
Whoa, Justin! How about that? Okay, how do you recover from that? What do you think? What do you think, Garrett?
Oh man, I'm gonna let y'all decide first, and I'll be the tiebreaker.
Okay, all right. What do you think?
I don't know. I thought Steven let off pretty well there, but that was pretty good, Justin.
That was pretty. I think they were both good. You see, what I liked about Steven is it had kind of like a deep message. It wasn't like something that would necessarily make you roll over laughing, but it was something that was like, I understand that is humorous, and so I liked that. I like Steven's a lot, but Justin's was very funny. That was very funny, but it was also very rude.
I think I would lean Justin slightly.
Justin slightly. What do you lean?
I think I'm in the same boat, Justin, by a hair.
Yeah, I think I lean that way too. That's where I was leaning.
I really thought though that Stevens was gonna win.
Yeah, Stevens had a good one. Man, that was one of our better competitions. So I think we'll go with who? I'm not gonna mess it up this time. Justin. Justin. I think we're going Justin. But if you think differently, please let us know on our Facebook page, our Twitter page, wherever, and that would really help us out. And just to get that traffic on there helps us out. But we definitely want to engage in the conversation with you. So if you think differently about that joke, please let us know. All right. So moving into the vacations, which is kind of the meat of this episode in terms of length. Andrew, you went to Idaho.
Yeah.
Why'd you go to Idaho?
Woo! My friend, I grew up in the same neighborhood as her, and we worked together, known her forever. Her grandfather lives in Idaho, and she was just one day like, "Hey, next summer we should just go visit him." And I was like, and me and a few other friends were there, and we're all like, "Okay." And then she was like, "Oh, like I guess we have to do this now."
Yeah.
So we just picked a weekend and packed into a Honda Civic, 5 of us, and took off to Idaho. Yeah.
Sounds like a clown car situation.
It was brutal.
Wow.
5 people.
That? Well, you should have gone in an Accord. Can I make that joke again?
Oh man.
No. Okay. Well,
that's an old time. That's a classic.
So how long was the trip? Like
it was
hours?
I think it was like 33 hours of driving time. It took us like 40 hours from the time we left to the time we actually got there.
Oh.
And you said you did this on a weekend?
No, actually we didn't. It was in the summer.
Okay.
I think I might have said that. I was just not thinking. But
okay.
we left at like 9:00 at night, Wednesday night, and we got there. There are 2 time changes between here and Idaho, so it's kind of confusing. But we got there at like 11 on Friday, I think, 11 a.m.
Wow.
Okay, wow.
So it was
on Friday.
So that's basically 1 o'clock. Our
it was
time.
like yeah.
Okay, are they Mountain or Pacific? What time zone are they?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It was a blur.
If it's two
We
time
didn't-
zones,
and we were really frustrated because we were like almost there, we thought, and then we didn't realize the time changes like right before you get to his house. So it was like we had another hour all of a sudden. We were like, no.
That's funny.
You were in a car with 5 people
Yes.
for 33 hours.
Yes.
I bet you got to know them very well.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, I already knew them pretty well. So, yeah.
Well-
it was either going to strengthen our relationship or tear us apart for life.
Yes. I bet it did. I bet that would bring some interesting conversation.
Yeah. A lot of sleeping, too.
lot of
Well, we
sleeping.
tried to sleep. It didn't work so well.
Yeah. So did you stay awake that whole entire time?
Not the entire time. That's a long time.
Right.
But it was, I would sleep in like 30-minute intervals. It was not productive sleep, but you just,
Gotcha.
your body sort of shuts down.
Did one person drive or did y'all rotate?
Oh, we had to rotate.
Yeah, I
We
figured
tried
that.
to do 4-hour shifts, but after a while, it just becomes whoever's conscious the most.
I gotcha.
Y'all didn't stop
And
at
one
a
of us
hotel
didn't
or anything?
drive, so no. Straight for 40 hours. We stopped in Denver. That's why it took us a little bit longer. We stopped. I don't know why we didn't plan to not eat, but we just didn't eat until like 5 p.m. on Thursday, and we left, at night on Wednesday.
What?
So like the entire time we just didn't eat because we weren't doing anything. We just, we were just sitting in the car, so we didn't really get very hungry. But
Wow, I would have got hungry.
would've
yeah,
got
in
hungry, too.
Denver we stopped to this like local pizza place and got pizza and went to a bookstore for a bit. And that was kind of our like, tiny bit of a break.
Right. Well, how about that? I can't imagine. So what did you learn in Idaho?
Man, Idaho was
Anything?
gorgeous. I don't know. Most of it was just great to be around those people.
Right.
One of them was my sister, and then there were three great friends. I mentioned known one of them since like birth.
Right.
So that was the best part for sure, is just being with them for like 2 weeks.
Well, one of the questions that we got from Catherine Neely, it said, where have you visited? Well, you see, I wrote this, and my grammar, I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, where were you where you gained the most encouragement from the congregation? Or maybe you could tell you gave a lot of encouragement. Was Idaho did you worship in Idaho?
Yeah, we did. That was actually really cool. The congregation is pretty small. There's one family where the dad actually works in Alaska, but he works for 2 weeks, like 12 hours a day, and then he comes home for 2 weeks and doesn't do anything. And we were there when he was there, and he has like 6 kids, 6 and under, I think. Like, it was a big family.
Wow, how about that?
But they were super encouraging because just the kids were there and they were so excited to sing. And it
really?
was a
Yeah.
small congregation, but they were so enthusiastic. So that was really neat.
How many people were at that congregation? If you had
Like
to guess.
15 maybe,
Oh, wow.
or
Yeah.
something like that,
How about that?
with the 6 kids.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was churches at church in Idaho.
I mean,
Much less
there's not
people.
many. Yeah. Much less people.
I said that backwards.
yeah. Regardless, we know what you meant,
People.
Garrett.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Garrett, where might you have gone and gained a lot of encouragement from a congregation in your travels?
We went to Canada when I was 14.
Oh, yeah?
And there's a little church in Sudbury, Canada. It's probably 30 or so people, but it was very it was a pretty new work, and
Oh, yeah.
we were really good friends with the preacher there. Dennis Vayu is his name,
Okay.
and we just spent I think a week and a half up there.
Wow.
And spent a lot of time with all the members there, and
Were they the reason you went up there, or?
yeah, they had come down when we went to East Side. They came down. Some of the preachers from up there, like from Canada, just came, and they came. And my family got to know theirs pretty well, became good friends, and so we went back up there a year or so later. So
How about that? That's pretty cool. So we got a question from Connor.
You're not going to answer the question, Jeremy?
I am,
Okay.
but his answer led into another question. So we
All right.
got a question from Connor Roth asking, what's the longest road trip you've been on? Would that be Canada for you, Garrett?
it would either be Canada or Colorado.
No, did y'all fly to y'all flew? Y'all didn't fly either way, did you?
Well, I went to Colorado twice, and we flew once and drove once.
Okay, all right.
But
gotcha.
I think Canada was longer, but we broke it up. We didn't break Colorado up, so Colorado felt longer.
Oh, I gotcha.
Colorado was like the slowest part of the Idaho trip. It was like
Really?
400 miles of nothing.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
There weren't mountains?
Not until we got to Denver. Like until
gotcha.
then, it was like you could see for
Miles.
who knows. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so flat.
I was
Gotcha.
like 8 when I went to Colorado, so, but it felt like a long time.
Right. Andrew, the Idaho trip, I assume, is your longest road trip.
Yeah, for
My
sure.
longest road trip, I believe, was to Missouri, so that's pretty impressive. But, no, we went to Missouri for homeschool camp, and to answer the question about the encouragement, a congregation that we went to, I can't think of one that just right offhand. I just haven't traveled all that much. The congregation I went to in Arkansas was very encouraging. They're a pretty large group, but a lot of them homeschool. So, that was kind of close to my heart. I was homeschooled all my life, and they were big basketball nuts. And so, they play basketball or volleyball like every night. So that was pretty
Match
awesome.
made in heaven. Yeah.
Yeah. So, on a secular realm, that was pretty cool. But the spiritual encouragement, the homeschool camp that I just mentioned, is something that really that's you'd have to experience it to really understand. But homeschoolers, we're kind of this small cult, I guess, and to go to a place where there are so many conservative Christian homeschoolers, and we all meet from all over the country, and to be able to lift up our voices together to study from one another and enjoy each other, just that encouragement for a week, that was some of the most special times in my life. So that would be my answer to those questions. This is kind of a sensitive subject, I suppose, so we'll go with discretion here, but this is something that I thought about when I was traveling this past Christmas to go to Cincinnati. We were coming home, and trying to figure out how to word this. Public restrooms are disgusting. That's the worst part of traveling. It was like, you gotta go.
Yeah, if you find a good bathroom, you just stop, no matter how long it's been.
That's right. That's right.
Seize the day.
That's right. Seize the day. Carpe diem, indeed. But
seize the bathroom.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, maybe it's just men that experience this. Some women, you can chime in if you want to, but they're just so nasty. I just don't understand. So, just a public service announcement: you are a capable human being. Clean up after yourself. I mean, to be blunt, man. I just don't understand. That's a pet peeve of mine. It's just I don't understand how it's that difficult. Thoughts?
Amen.
Yeah. Well, I did go to Colorado when I was 8, but I don't really remember the restroom situation. But,
Right.
like, the worst part is when there's not any other option. So, like, I know in Florida. Like, Florida's pretty heavily populated, but there's, like, long stretches where there's nowhere to go.
Yes.
And then you have to stop somewhere, and it's just a disaster.
Yes.
So, I don't know what it's like out on the way to Idaho, but I imagine there's, like, really long stretches.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, they didn't even stop to eat food, so they probably didn't go to the restroom.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
It's probably
No
a good
kidding.
move.
Thankfully, indeed. We stopped at a place. It was an exit on our way home from Cincinnati, and there was 2 gas stations. I walked in one of them, and I was like, no. It was a gas station, and there was a gas station across the street. Turns out the gas station we were at was out of gas. So we went to the one across the street, and I was like, we're going to the other one across the street anyway. I am not going in this restroom if I can avoid it. The other one was worse. And that's really what made me think of it. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous, people. Why? And the funny thing was, I came out and got into the van where my mom was, and I was like, that was nasty. And Dad got out, and he was like, that was nasty. And I think Caleb got out, and he was like, that was disgusting. It was one time after another. It was just awful. Anyway, so that's the adventure of traveling. But Garrett, do you have any fond memories of just vacationing? I think Disney comes to mind. Okay. Care to elaborate, buddy?
It's a yes or no question, yeah.
Disney, going to Smoky Mountains with my family, going to Canada. Pretty much everywhere I've been I like.
Everywhere.
I never had a vacation I didn't like.
No disastrous vacations?
Really, no.
We've got a question about
I need
that.
to go home. Yeah.
What's the most exciting thing that has happened to you on a trip? That was submitted by Heather Valander, my sister. So, any thoughts?
Most exciting thing that happened?
Yeah. Had any exciting ventures on the trip that you can think of? Well, while y'all think, I'll say, one time we were going to the Longer Burger Basket Company, which is, I don't remember if it's somewhere in Indiana, Ohio, or Kentucky right offhand, but I don't actually know if they still have the plant there. But we were trying to go, and these were the times of MapQuest, and we we searched on MapQuest where how to get there, and this one road kept popping up all over the place, and it was called Licking Valley Road. We would be driving along, and we'd be on Licking Valley Road, and it would tell us to turn right onto Licking Valley Road. And it would tell us to turn left onto Licking Valley. It just kept going, and so now with my family, it's a running joke. If we can't find a place, somebody usually goes Licking Valley Road. We didn't have a GPS saying those words, but we had someone reading the printed out MapQuest directions onto Licking Valley Road. How about that? So, but it left us. I don't know where we went wrong, but it left us with the interstate over the hill that we could see. On the left, there was a house. On the right, there was a graveyard, and it said that we had reached our destination. So that was one of the most exciting times that I can remember. We also one time got lost in North Carolina, but my grandmother found this handmade woodworking facility. This dude just had a shop, and he made bowls, and she got a wooden bowl out of it. So, never know what will happen when you get lost. But what do y'all have, any exciting ventures?
Well, I'll go back to the Idaho trip, I guess.
Go ahead.
On the way back, I think this was the second night. It kind of runs together, but
right. It does.
It was at like 1 or 2 in the morning. Everybody's trying to get some sleep. I don't remember if I was driving, but I remember that I had been awake. And we stopped to get gas at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and one of my friends in the back, his name's Jacob, he was asleep or trying to get some sleep, and he like had just awoken and was like really agitated and sort of disoriented.
Right.
And as we get out of the car, we went in early July, I should say. That's important, because as soon as we get out of the car, I don't know why at 1 or 2 in the morning, but fireworks start going off, and it's right as he's getting out of the car, and he like hits the deck because he thinks somebody's shooting at him. I was cracking up so much.
That
I was
is
like,
funny.
What? You think somebody's shooting at you in a gas station parking lot?
Well,
it's a
of
good
all
reason,
places,
yeah. But just the look on his face was just priceless.
I bet that was. Some funny things happen when you first wake up. You get really disoriented. Garrett?
I don't know. We did have a men's camp out a long time ago at Eastside, where I'm not going to say who it was because you know who it is.
Okay.
But this person went hiking, and it was supposed to be a really short hike, and they ended up being missing for several hours. So
Oh, wow.
we had to get like the Park Service involved.
Oh, dear.
To find them and everything, and we did find them.
Were they okay?
Yeah, they were okay. They were just really dehydrated. I think that I don't know if he had gotten lost or if he took the wrong trail. It was one of those things where there's several different trails you could go on.
Right.
He might have taken the wrong one, but that ruined his entire weekend because it was really hot too. So he was.
Boy, that would be rough.
Yeah, he was supposed to be gone for a very short amount of time.
Did he go alone?
Hours. Yes.
Well, that was foolish.
Yes.
Yeah. How about that?
Hope he doesn't listen to this.
Well, hey, I mean, we didn't name him. So it could be anybody.
Yeah.
Could be me.
I don't think he listens, but
That's okay. Well, one time on the first camp out, I went on our church. The men at our church went on a men's camping trip one time. It was the first time I ever went, and almost cut my finger off on a rock. So that was pretty exciting.
On a rock?
Yeah.
Wow.
An individual from the church got these rocks, and he's like, "Boys, this is quartz." And I was like, "Quartz? Wow!" And he slammed it on the rocks, and it burst. It just busted up, and so we could see the quartz inside. And he was like showing it to us. Isn't that cool, fellas? And I'm like, yeah. And he throws it in the lake or stream or whatever. And he didn't throw the rest of it in. So I was like, well, I'll just clean this up. I'm a good boy. And I grabbed a rock and threw it in, and it just sliced my finger.
Wow.
And it kind of ruined the trip for me.
You still have a scar?
Yeah, I do. It's numb there.
It's like a souvenir.
It is souvenir of my first camp out with the men. It's when I became a man. All right, so let's see. Have we answered all these questions? We got a lot of questions from you guys, and it really means a lot to us that you did. Maybe a new listener, Ashley Rude, which is a friend of Andrew. She asked
On the Idaho trip, yeah.
She was on the trip?
Yeah.
Well,
it's
there
her
you
grandfather. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Full circle. Well, she asked numerous questions, so we can run through these right quick. What's the most dangerous road trip situation you've been in? Maybe when I cut my finger off? Or almost cut my finger off? I don't have one. Do you have a dangerous situation?
Just driving at night after
Driving is
36
dangerous.
hours of a wait. Yeah. It's a
Oh,
bad
one
plan.
time we were in at Cincinnati. That's where most of my trips happen, and we got into a ice storm. And the road was icing, and we had just bought a new van that had previously been hit by a horse, and that's a story for another time.
Ooh.
But brand new van, and we're driving back from the Creation Museum back to Cincinnati, and there is freezing rain falling from the sky, and there are cars swerving everywhere. I don't really know how, but my dad did a great job of getting us back, so that was pretty dangerous.
Wow. Shout out to Mr. Neas.
Yeah.
Mr. Nia. Garrett,
Can't think of a dangerous road trip situation.
you went to Canada.
Yeah, but
That's
Those
pretty
people
dangerous.
are
Yeah.
dangerous.
Canada is a very mild place,
They have bears.
surprisingly.
Yeah,
I
guess
didn't
so.
see any bears in Canada.
Okay, the second question is, have you ever picked up a hitchhiker? If so, what's the story? If not, would you, and why?
I have never picked up one. I don't know. I'd be hesitant.
I would
Yeah,
never.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it. It's
No.
too much risk.
Yeah, it's a lot of
know.
risk.
What if they killed you?
Exactly.
Be bad.
What if they killed
Yeah,
you?
I'd have to be well armed or something. I
Yes,
don't know.
wearing some sort of vest. Recommendations on getting free/cheap food on a road trip. Coupons.
Sam's Club, they have free samples.
There you go. I like it.
Oh,
I like it.
that's a great answer. You can get an entire meal
You can
for free.
You go at the right time.
Yeah.
Boy, you get some
There's
grub.
like 30 of them spread out all over the store.
That's
It's like
right.
the best treasure hunt you've ever been on.
What is quantum mechanics? That is the next question. I have no idea. What is quantum mechanics?
It's the study of really small particles.
Okay.
How they interact with each other.
Appreciate that, Ashley.
Do you know?
I don't have an answer for you.
Okay, moving on. Are you concerned for the impending doom associated with the robot takeover of 2018? I would say no.
I'm
Who
not.
asked that?
2018's too soon.
Ashley Rude,
Oh,
excuse me.
no. I am not.
2018's too soon. Yeah.
Not
Not
happening?
concerned. Yeah.
I'm not concerned either.
Siri can't even understand what I'm saying.
That is a fantastic point, Garrett. I like how you think, buddy. All right. Well, thank you, Ashley, for those questions. We
Man.
genuinely appreciate it.
Negotiations of peace with robots is going to be really hard.
That is a great point. Oh, dear. All right. So to get into the rest of the listener questions, again, we got a great response, so we appreciate that. Seth Rigsby asked, Andrew loves big words and words that aren't often used. So he has a couple that he wanted to present to you on the show. The first word is piquant. So you need to spell it and define it.
Oh my goodness, I got no idea.
Piquant.
I don't know.
I had
feel like I've heard
to
it before.
use Google Translate or whatever. Maybe
Yeah.
not Google Translate, but speech on
Yeah.
my computer to know how to pronounce these.
I appreciate that, Seth. No, I've used like one big word since I've been here, and everybody's like, "Man, you like big words." I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, I do like them, but I don't use them that much."
Well,
I don't know.
you just look very intelligent.
I appreciate that. Looks so deceiving.
Yeah. Piquant.
I don't know. I'm feeling Garrett's cheating. I'm feeling
Garrett's a cheater.
I guess the ends in a CANT. I don't know.
C-A-N-T?
Yeah, is that
It's
wrong?
actually not.
You?
It is. Well, first try to define it. If you had to define that, I'll spell it for you.
Pecan's the only thing that's coming to my mind,
Okay.
which is actually pecan. But yeah, I
Okay.
got nothing.
Having eaten too many pecans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't.
The state of I
Can't.
Can't eat another
I
pecan.
like you,
yeah.
man. That was funny. All right, so piquant is P-I-Q-U-A-N-T. If I'm pronouncing it wrong,
Q-U-A-N-T.
please forgive me. But it is defined as having a pleasantly sharp taste or appetizing flavor, so maybe a pecan.
Oh, I am. Yeah, that describes me. I like that.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and the other word is irascible. Irascible. If I'm
I
pronouncing
feel like
it
that's a
right.
southern word. I don't know. Irascible.
Irascible.
Another new word for me. I don't know. Irascible.
I like it. I like
The
it all.
ability to be erased.
Irascible.
Yeah, it's, you're close. No, you're not. So it is spelled IRASCIBLE,
C-I-B-L-E.
irascible, and it is defined as having or showing a tendency to be easily angered. So irascible.
Doesn't sound like that.
So it's related to irritable. That makes sense.
Yeah, related to irritable. It's its cousin.
Yeah.
All right, Katie Sexton asks, interstate or back roads? And I think this is a great question. You can learn a lot about someone by the way they answer this question.
Depends.
I learned a lot about you, but I don't like you very much. Just kidding.
Depends.
Depends.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm trying to get somewhere fast,
Yeah.
then the interstate. If I'm
looking for more scenic route, want to see what the area is like, I take the back roads.
So
The end.
The end. So take time out of the equation.
Time. I guess back roads.
You go back roads.
Yeah,
you
but time, you can't take time out of the equation.
I know.
Take scenery out of the equation.
Okay, then you go interstate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think what she's really asking is, which would you rather drive? Like the driving experience, not. Do you like the being able to just not really pay all that much attention on a interstate? That sounds horrible, but you know it's just kind of a straight road, gets you to and from. Or do you like the curvy nature?
Interstate.
You like interstate? What do you think?
I'd go back roads, but again, efficiency is the key in road trips. So
Yes.
if it's not faster, I'm going interstate.
Yeah, I'm a back roads guy. That's what I usually drive. I don't like the interstate very much. Kind of freaks me out a little bit, just being honest. But I do like the efficiency. So maybe I would go highways if I can. If I can't go highways, well then I'll go back roads. All right, Katie, thank you for that very good question. Gable Duke. He asks favorite video game of all time, and if we are talking about all time, then mine hasn't been made yet.
Still waiting for that one.
Still waiting for
Looking
it. Don't know
forward
what
to
it
that experience,
is. No.
yeah.
What's your favorite video game thus far? In time. Skyrim. You're a big Skyrim guy.
I play Skyrim all the time. I haven't actually played in like 3 weeks though, but when I do play, I play that or Halo.
Halo.
So
What about you?
Yeah, I used to play quite a bit of Halo and first-person shooters and stuff. I don't know. Lately, I've been into couch multiplayer. I don't play by myself too much, but with friends playing stuff is super fun. So a lot of retro games, like old arcade style games.
Right.
Those are just a ton of fun to play with friends.
Pac-Man.
Maybe not Pac-Man, but like one player game, I loved Portal. I don't know if y'all played that.
I've heard of that game. I haven't gotten to play it yet.
Yeah,
but
it's a great puzzle game, and it's really funny. I didn't expect that, but like the entire time there's this computer talking to you, and it's just hysterical.
Oh, really?
Talking about how you're gonna fail. So
that's funny.
that was a great experience.
How about
I
that?
guess.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Portal. I really like the Super Mario Bros. I like that scroll type.
Classic.
That's a lot of fun. But I'm a sports gamer for the most part. I do enjoy Call of Duty and Halo from time to time. But if I were to choose one, I would probably choose some sort of college football game or basketball game, something like
And
that.
I'd beat you both.
No, you wouldn't, boy. We need to play video games. We haven't done that in a while. But you're a big video game guy just in general, right?
Not huge. Like I said, I don't play much by myself, but I do play quite
gotcha.
a bit on my computer. I mean, with friends again.
Gotcha.
But my friends are into video games, so I play with them a lot.
Gotcha. I understand.
I like
Okay.
this new Hot Wheels game on my phone. It's called Race Off.
Are you playing it right now, Garrett?
Nope.
Okay. I was about to say.
It looked like it, yeah.
Yeah, it really did from here. Okay, at Allie Sexton6 on Twitter, she asked, what are some of your favorite road trip games to play? Going back to the road trip, I didn't include this before. Road trip games.
Napping.
That's a great game.
That's a hard one for me.
Yeah.
I'm not good at sleeping in the car.
Are you good at sleeping in a car, Garrett?
Yes.
I'm not all that good at it either. I have trouble relaxing. Like I want to lay my pillow against the door, but I'm always scared that we're gonna get sideswiped or something. Like my head's gonna come off. Anyway, just thoughts and
That's
sharing.
paranoia.
Yep, paranoia.
Just to make me self-conscious for the rest of my life.
You're welcome. Try not to think of that next time. One of my favorite games to play is something that my family kind of came up with. I'm sure that someone else has done this before, but we'll think of we'll animals. We'll pick a category, and we have to go through the alphabet trying to name something. So you know, like alligator.
Yeah.
That kind
Beaver.
of thing. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Caterpillar. All right, so that's one of my favorites. Do y'all have anything else on that one?
My family, we don't really play a lot of games. It's just music is the focus. Like, gotta have the perfect soundtrack for each road trip.
Gotcha.
Not
Yeah.
country for you,
It
right?
associates the whole trip for the rest of my life. No, not country. Definitely not.
That's very sad.
No,
I'm just
it's
90s country, man.
In fact, when we went to Idaho, we all made our own playlists and like
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and we listened to them. They were each like an hour and a half, so that took quite a bit of time. But
Yeah.
then we had a competition to whose playlist won. So
Whose playlist won?
mine, man, come on.
Did it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was exciting.
Yeah.
You're so cool.
Yeah,
You're so cool, wow.
Actually, it was just that we listened to mine more than anybody else's and so they couldn't remember what everybody else had put on there, so they just voted for mine.
There you go.
But I'll take the win.
That's right. Emma Russell asked if you could have only one dessert for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Dessert or desert?
Dessert.
Okay. just want to be clear.
Yes, I understand. I know what I'm answering, so I'll answer. I have a thing for Eclair. I love Eclair cake. That's what I would choose.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
That's very classic. I do like lemon meringue pie a lot too. It might be a play.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the accessibility is one thing, because like cookies you can just take everywhere, and like cookies are always around, so that's a pretty good choice.
Yeah.
Might go cookies. I do really like cheesecake with like fruit on it, like raspberries or strawberries.
That's hard to eat in a car.
It is. See, so
Exactly.
this is a layered question.
You could get the little kind.
Yeah, that's true. I'd probably stick with you and go cookies though, just for
Chocolate chip
practical
cookies.
use. Yeah.
I could eat an entire box of Chips Ahoy cookies by myself.
How quickly?
I gotta get the
That's
soft ones,
why I
the
don't
hard
buy
ones.
them.
The chew, yeah. I don't like the original
What is wrong
that
with
much. I like the
They're the
chewy.
best.
They're so dry.
Yeah,
It's like eating cardboard.
I'm not
Just
behind
milk.
that. Well,
Be a man.
again, in the car, not,
Be a man. That's what makes a man. That's what we learned today.
yeah.
Full circle. No, I don't know. Whatever, guys. Whatever. All right. N_C Johnson on Twitter. She asked coffee or tea. And I don't particularly care for either. So I'd probably go with coffee because I can tolerate it as opposed to tea.
you can't tolerate tea.
I hate tea.
Wow.
Well, I haven't really had hot tea before.
Ooh.
So maybe I would go with something like that. But sweet tea, I hate sweet
I assumed we meant hot tea. Comparable to
Yeah,
coffee.
her question sounded like hot tea is what she meant. So coffee.
She said
for me.
3 words. How did it sound?
Because she didn't say iced tea or sweet tea.
Okay. So, let's go hot coffee or hot tea.
Hot coffee. I cannot stand hot tea.
I think I would probably go. I don't know. I'm not in a position to answer this
Amber
question.
likes hot tea. She tries to give me some, and it makes me want to gag. Actually, it does make me gag.
Wow, I'm surprised. What about you?
I don't know. I guess you can get tea with caffeine too, but caffeine is a strong approach to coffee there.
Right.
My mom makes this tea called Buford tea, which has orange juice in it, which I really love.
Okay.
So that leads the way for me.
Can
I
your
guess.
mom make me some of that?
She can, if you are like in Starkville at any point.
I will never be in Starkville.
Okay. Well, then probably not.
I'm just kidding. All right. Sarah Beth Neely asks, we're almost through, guys. Sarah Beth Neely asks if you could visit one place in the past, where would it be? One place
One
in
place
history.
in the past.
Maybe
so
I don't
like,
know
like
if she
a
means
specific date. Like
I don't
the
know if she
inauguration
means
of
our
Abraham Lincoln or
history,
something?
like in our lives,
Okay.
or if she means just history overall. We've had a history overall question before. But
Okay.
Let's go somewhere in our lives. What's one
Somewhere in
moment?
our lives.
It's open to interpretation.
Okay.
What is one moment in your life that you would go back to?
That's a tough one.
That's a good
I
question.
don't know. I feel like it's not for the sake of changing something.
Yeah.
Not like time travel, but just like re-experience, I guess.
Re-experience, yes.
Mm.
Garrett, you're looking at me blankly. This is an audio podcast, buddy. They can't see that.
I don't know. It would be cool to go back and look at several moments.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, one of my moments that I might go back to is when Auburn won the national championship in like January 10th, 2011, something like that. That might be a moment I go back to.
I wouldn't.
I bet you wouldn't. That's right. But that's, or maybe that day that I've talked about this on the show before, the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday in 2010, that same season when Auburn beat Alabama, and we got a new washer and dryer in a very dramatic way. So you'll have to go back and listen to that episode.
Okay,
I
I
don't
will.
remember which one it was, so sorry.
Yeah.
But
About ruined my birthday.
And
Thanks, buddy.
yeah, you're welcome. And I got my first cell phone that day, so it was just a really exciting day for me. But
That was a great Egg Bowl that year too.
oh, was it?
Dak Prescott, yeah.
Oh, how about that?
2010. I thought. Oh yeah, not that year. I was thinking Kick Six. My
Yes,
bad.
I understand. Yeah, that was a good Egg Bowl that year that you're talking about.
You know, Mississippi
The Kick
State.
Six that's a good one too. That was a
hard to
fantastic
beat.
moment.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic moment in my house. I wish that I would. You know what? That's what I'm doing. I'm going to change my answer. I'm going back to the Kick Six because I want to record that because we could be famous. That was.
I was at that game.
Yeah, I know you
Really?
Yeah.
were. Would you go back in time
Were
to
you
that
so
moment?
crushed?
Yeah. I just sat down and didn't say anything.
I think I texted you, and Jeffrey texted me back for you.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
Too angry.
I asked.
Touch your
I
phone.
wasn't actually trying to rub it in. I was like, I know that your team lost or something like that, but that must have been incredible to be at that game to see that or something like that. And Jeffrey texted me back. I think
I don't
was like,
remember that.
wow.
I don't remember much else that happened that day.
Yeah, kind of blocked it out of your memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I blacked it out. You know, Mississippi State hasn't beat Alabama since 2007.
Yeah,
And we're on sports.
Yeah, I realize that. I mean, we.
But I actually like Mississippi State.
Yeah, because we haven't beat you since
Yeah.
2007. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I would
rather
like us too.
I'd rather you win more than most teams in the West.
I appreciate that.
So
I appreciate that.
keep up the
There-
good work.
Sports. When we beat Auburn, sorry.
Yeah.
When they were number 2 and we were
Yeah,
number 3
yeah,
a
I
couple years
remember
ago.
that game.
Oh, that was a great game.
That was the best game I've ever been to.
Yeah.
That was the loudest stadium, like from start to finish. I don't know
Right.
what it was, but it was just everybody was on their feet the whole time.
Yeah,
And it
that-
was
that would've been
deafening.
a cool
And
game.
we had just expanded our stadium. So
Oh, yeah?
that was exciting
That's
too.
cool. I hate your cowbells. I'm just being honest.
Oh, I love them. Their music, man.
They are not.
Music's my ears.
It's like buzzing when they're
It's
all going.
fantastic.
It's terrible.
When they're all going, it's just it's glorious.
I've never been to an Alabama Mississippi State game. I think they're the only West team.
They're
I haven't
boring.
seen play. No, I haven't seen
They're boring. So where would you visit? Somebody, we gotta answer some best question.
I don't know. I've been to some great concerts, and those were great experiences to go back to.
Okay, all right. I wouldn't have guessed that, but that's an interesting
What
answer.
was the question?
If you could go back to one
Oh.
place in the past, where would you be? Where would you go? Excuse me.
I don't know.
Some of
You'll go
I
back
would
to your
like-
wedding day.
Yeah.
In-
good answer.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You were gonna say something else, but now you can't.
There you go. What about the day you proposed? Would you go back to that day?
Yeah, but see,
That was stressful, right? I don't know.
it was kind of stressful, but I knew she was gonna say yes.
Well, yeah, but still.
What I was thinking was I would like to just have the ability to just kind of like pop out of myself and go back and watch my whole life. Maybe
Yes.
not one moment, but
That would be cool. That's a good idea. That I like that a lot, Garrett. Yeah, I would like to have like pop out of myself like you're talking about and watch a tornado go through. I just think that if to know that I'd be safe, but to actually watch a tornado-
devastation.
No, I wouldn't be happy about it.
Oh, yeah, it
just
would
to
be
watch
amazing.
that wonder. And I
Yeah.
don't want to be in a situation where I watch one with my real eyes, but
It's sort of like going to space. I would love to go to space, but I don't want to go to space.
exactly. Amen. Couldn't agree more. Matthew Nias asked chocolate or blueberry muffins.
Chocolate easily.
Blueberry.
Well, yeah. If it's muffins, we're going breakfast, and that means blueberry to me.
Okay.
Chocolate's
Answered.
always the right answer.
Anna Russell, this is our last one. If you were a popsicle, what flavor would you be? Not what flavor do you like, but what flavor would you be? I like this question. I think I would be like butterscotch, because nobody wants a butterscotch popsicle and they have a long life.
Oh yeah, that's a good
have a
point.
long life. I was gonna say grape, because grape's sort of like you like it or you don't. Not
I
a
like
lot of middle
grape.
ground. See,
There you
I
go.
guess it fits. I hope it fits. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like grape, incidentally. But
There you go.
some people do and some people don't. So maybe.
Okay.
Grass.
Ooh.
Grass flavored
Yeah,
popsicle.
I don't want anybody to eat me,
Okay. So
and
you
I'm not tasty
Yeah.
at all to anyone.
well, what if
Cannibals
cows
might disagree. I
could?
don't know.
Yeah. There
Well,
you go.
cows don't eat popsicles, do they?
What if they could?
Well, if they could, then I would be in trouble.
You're a popsicle. I think we can suspend our disbelief enough to the cows eat popsicles.
Don't be ridiculous, Jeremy.
All right, so we really appreciate those questions. We got quite a few,
was
and
a
it
lot.
means a lot to
that
us.
was a lot of questions.
We thank you very much. Okay, so the last segment, it's a new segment in place of the best advice in the world. That might come back from time to time, but we're going to move on from it a little bit. Right now we're calling it Compelling Contemplations, and this is kind of where we, in my head, I think a lot of thoughts about a lot of things. That's from a song. You may get the reference. Regardless, I think these thoughts, and they don't fit in the podcast anywhere. Like, they're just a thought, and we can talk about it for like 2 seconds and then move on. So I thought, well, let's have a segment where we can talk about these thoughts.
Yeah, it's an alliteration, so we can totally fit it in.
Exactly. Alliterations are welcome.
Yeah.
All right. So my thought is, you know how people use the phrase when something's cute that you could eat them up? I could just eat you up.
That's horrible.
Isn't that weird? Why do we use that phrase?
Because it looks sweet like a candy or something.
That's a different kind of
It's a
cute.
human.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if it's a baby, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I could just eat you up.
You're sick. Give me my child back.
I know. It's like cannibalism. What?
Yeah.
I I don't understand that phrase, and people use it all the time, and I
Yeah.
don't know. I want to know how that phrase started.
I
What kind
definitely
of
don't want
sick
to use it of
person?
me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if your grandma said that they want to eat you up? That's ridiculous.
Well, she does. say
What?
that. My grandmother does say that. Or she did when I was young, little.
Well, I just don't understand it. Is my
Are
point.
you making fun of my grandmother?
No, of course not.
Jeremy.
You looked at me and you're like, I gotta say something funny. No, of course I'm not making fun of your grandmother. I know a lot of people that say it. I just don't understand why it's a thing. Why do we do
Yeah.
that?
You really hurt my feelings in this segment.
I'm sorry, buddy. Can we
not
be
talk-
friends again?
Can we not talk about this anymore?
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, I agree with you. It is a pretty weird thing to say.
There are a lot of phrases like that though. It's just like, how did that start?
Yeah.
know.
I wonder, could it be lost in translation? Surely not.
I think it's just it's supposed to like bring up images of like something sweet, like
Okay.
a cake or something, and
Maybe
you could
so.
just eat the cake up.
Eat the cake up.
Yeah, so sweet. Yeah, I guess that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess so.
I don't know.
I still disagree.
Still disapprove. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird. to think
Well,
about it.
this has been kind of an off the cuff episode, but we really appreciate you listening to it, listener, and I really appreciate you joining us, Andrew. You did a great job, and thank you for letting us use some of your time as you're here.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well,
You're okay.
anytime.
I appreciate that. Boost my self-esteem.
And Garrett, I want to thank you for joining me again, once again.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing this with me, buddy. We want to thank Katie for her excellent work writing and playing our music. As we always thank her, she does a fantastic job. So thank you, Katie.
Absolutely.
We want to thank our friend Kevin for helping us record our music that we use on the show. So as of now, the music on the show that Katie has written is the intro and outro music, which is the same music you've probably noticed. But there may be more stuff coming to the show soon. The other music is royalty-free music. Again, as we mentioned last episode, we believe fully that Katie could write that kind of music. We just did not ask her to. And we got royalty-free music because it was convenient at the time. So, but Katie's very talented, and we really appreciate her work. We want to thank Justin and Steven for their jokes this week. Very good job. Justin, I believe, pulled out the victory this time. But if you think differently, try to sway our minds. We want to thank our team of hard, selfless workers and their expertise. Caleb did a lot of work. Especially this episode, we got some new equipment, so really appreciate that. We want to thank Joshua for his help as well. He's here today, so we want to thank him. Air fist bump. So we appreciate you. We want to thank Corbin for all his help designing our graphics and all that kind of stuff. T-shirts are still in the works, so be looking for that, and he's helping out with that, so we really appreciate him for that. I said that, I think, 3 times in that sentence, so pardon me.
Oh well.
We really appreciate him for these types of things.
Yeah.
We want to thank Justin for being our voiceover artist, and hopefully you're enjoying that as well. And again, a big thank you to Andrew for joining us.
Well, thank you, Jeremy. I mean, I know you do a lot for the show, and nobody thanks you. So I just
I
want to
don't
say
need
thank
to
you.
be
I really
thanked, man.
appreciate it. I've enjoyed the previous episodes that I've heard, and
Well, thank
so I was
you.
excited to be on.
Means a lot to us. Hopefully we can continue this for many months to come, years, I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know. All right, well, lastly, we want to encourage you to live selflessly and be the salt of the earth, as it says in the Bible, and always live upside up in this upside-down world. And we look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Leave a comment on iTunes, subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.